Hello students, this is the ninth video of chapter 1 of module 1, and in this video I am going to explain you about the network hardware and software basics. So first moving to the network hardware part. So here we have 5 categories of network devices which are used to interconnect between the different networks. So in the diagram you can see, so this is one network and this is the other network. So both are interconnected via this network devices. So what are those network devices? They are the gateways, routers or 3-layer switch, bridge or 2-layer switch, and repeater or hub and a passive hub. So these are the different network devices which are used for the interconnection of the networks. So we will see one by one these devices and their functions, what actually they will do. So a hub is a physical layer networking device used to connect computers in a LAN. So here you can see the ports through which we can connect the different devices over the LAN with the help of the hub. So here with the cables, network cables, we are going to connect them. And a hub is a physical layer networking device used to connect computers in a LAN. You can see this is a hub, and here how the interconnection is made between the different workstations which are being used. So a hub is a multi-port repeater used in star wired or in a tree LANs. Because of the amount of traffics and collisions, hubs can only be used in small networking configurations. So here you can see, so the hubs, it can be used only in the small network configurations only, and also you have different hubs which are used to interconnect between the different systems which wants to get connected over the network. So next about the repeaters. So these repeater connects the segment of a LAN. So here you can see, so these are the this is one segment of LAN and this is the other segment of LAN. So both these segments will be interconnected with the help of a repeater, and this is a network here, and here you have 5 layers. Here also we have the 5 layers of the network, and they will be connected with the help of the repeaters. A repeater forwards every frame, there is no filtering, so that so this repeater, whatever frame or whatever data packet is being transferred from one LAN to the other LAN, so everything will be forwarded without any filtering. A repeater is a regenerator, it is not an amplifier. So it will repeat the signals whatever it is receiving at the receiver side, and it will be forwarding it to the other side. So it is not the amplifier which generates the signals, but it is a repeater which regenerates the already generated signals. So next type of device is switch. Switches generally have a more intelligent role than hubs. That is wherever in hub, whatever it is like whatever data has to be transferred, everything will be transferred to, like it will be broadcasted to each and every system. But the switches, in switches what happens means it will be passed only to the particular device for which we are addressing. So based on the address in the packets, we are transferring those data packets. Next is routers. It usually connects at least 2 networks together, such as 2 LANs, 2 WANs, or a LAN and its ISP network. So routers can calculate the best route for sending data and communicate with each other by protocols. So this is about the routers. So here why the routers will be used, they will be used for the interconnection between the 2 LANs or 2 WANs or a LAN and its ISP. So like that we are using these routers for routing the data packets whichever are being formed at one end, it will be transferred to the other end with the help of the protocols. Next is bridges. A bridge is a repeater with add-on the functionality of filtering content by reading the MAC addresses of source and destination. It is also used for interconnecting 2 LANs working on the same protocol. So if both the LANs are working on the same protocol, then we are going to connect them with the help of the bridges. So here you can see the diagram. So LAN A and LAN B are interconnected with a bridge. So next moving to the software basics. Here we can see a software is nothing but it is a program which helps our computer system to work along with the peripheral devices whichever are connected. So there are different types of softwares: system software, application software, and utility software. So first, moving to the different types of system software. Operating system, we are going to study about the operating system, language processor, and device driver. So application software example is MS Word, Photoshop, and utility software example is antivirus. So a set of instructions that achieve a single outcome are called programs or the procedures. Many programs function together to do a task, make a software. For example, a word processing software enables the users to create, edit, and save documents. A web browser enables the user to view and share web pages and multimedia files. There are three categories of software: system software, application software, and utility software. So first thing, what is system software? So a system software is required to run the hardware parts of a computer and other application software. So system software acts as an intermediate between the hardware and the user applications. An interface is needed because hardware devices or machines and humans speak in different languages. So there are three different types of system softwares: operating system, language processor, and device drivers. So first, moving to the operating system software that is responsible for functioning of all hardware parts and their interoperability to carry out tasks successfully is called as operating system. OS is the first software to be loaded into the computer memory when the computer is switched on, and this is called as booting. So language processor, so it consists of three different types of languages, that is the machine level language, assembly language, and high level language. So here the computer, it can understand only the machine level language, that is in terms of only zeros and ones. So first, whatever we are writing, so it has to be converted into the machine language, then only the computer will be able to understand and process the data whatever we are giving to it. So assembly level language, it consists of the set of instructions which are written in the form of mnemonics. And high level language means it is like the English statements which we are writing, and that has to be converted into the machine level language. So a system software that converts the source code into the object code is called as a language processor. So there are three different types of language interpreters: assembler, interpreter, and compiler. So assembler, it converts the assembly level program into the machine level program. Interpreter converts the high level programs into the machine level program by line by line, whereas the compiler, it takes the whole program and it will be converting it into the machine understandable language, and it will compile and it gives the errors. Next, moving to the device driver, system software that controls and monitors the functioning of a specific device on a computer is called as a device drivers. So application software, a software that performs a single task and nothing else is called as an application software. That is, for example, if we have the examples here: word processing, spreadsheets, presentations, database management, multimedia tools. So these applications, this software, it will be performing one application or one program at a time. It doesn't have multitasking. So here, for example, in the bank management or in college management, if we go, then there will be the application management system, database management system, which will be taking care of whatever data has to be fed into that particular software, and it will be taking care of whatever data is available for that particular application. So last one is utility software. So application software that assists the system software in doing their work is called utility software. Thus, utility software is actually a cross between the system software and application software. So examples include antivirus software, disk management tools, file management tools, compression tools, and backup tools. So this is about the utility software. Thank you.